California Governor Gavin Newsom is firing back hard at President Trump, slamming his deployment of troops to Los Angeles as a brazen abuse of power that's traumatizing our communities. While promising to prosecute violent anti-ICE rioters, noting 220 arrests already, Newsom thanked peaceful protesters, but he accused Trump of choosing escalation and theaters over public safety, arguing the president isn't interested in peaceful assembly. The war of words between Newsom and Trump has escalated dramatically. Newsom contends that the thousands of National Guard and active-duty Marines sent to LA are men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. He decried the militarization of our streets, citing unmarked cars in school parking lots and kids being afraid. Newsom claims Trump's military dragnet is going well beyond his stated intent, arresting ordinary workers like dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. He called it weakness masquerading as strength, accusing Trump of traumatizing our communities, not protecting them. The governor revealed California has filed a lawsuit and sought an emergency court order to stop the military's law enforcement activities in Los Angeles. He warned that if people can be snatched off the streets without a warrant based only on suspicion or skin color, then nobody is safe. Newsom drew a parallel to January 6th, stating Trump thrives on division and is not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him. He even mocked former border czar Tom Homan's threat to arrest him, previously daring him to "come and get me, tough guy." Concluding with a chilling warning, Newsom declared Trump's actions threaten not just California, but all states and democracy itself. He urged Californians to protest peacefully, but not to give in to Trump's desire for fealty, your silence, to be complicit in this moment. This is a high-stakes battle over federal power and state sovereignty, with Newsom painting a dire picture of the future of American democracy. Major news out of Fort Bragg. President Donald J. Trump just announced his administration will be restoring the original names of several U.S. Army bases, reversing changes made under the Biden presidency. To a cheering crowd, Trump declared, "For a little breaking news, we are also going to be restoring the names to Fort Pickett, Fort Hood, Fort Gordon, Fort Rucker, Fort Polk, Fort Hill, and Fort Robert Lee." He added, "We won a lot of battles out of those forts. It's no time to change. And I'm superstitious. You know, I like to keep it going, right?" These 7 bases were renamed in 2023 under a Pentagon directive following a 2021 law. The Biden administration had honored heroic soldiers, including Medal of Honor and Distinguished Service Cross recipients like First Lieutenant Vernon W. Pickett and Master Sergeant Gary I. Gordon. The U.S. Army quickly issued a statement defending the original decision to honor these individuals. But Trump, making a surprise announcement ahead of Saturday's military parade, stated, "That's a big story. I can't wait. I gotta talk to my friends here today." The White House has confirmed these changes. This move signals a significant reversal in military policy and a clear statement from the Trump administration. A startling new health alert is emerging. Rare cancer diagnoses are surging dramatically among millennials and Gen X. New research reveals a concerning trend. Appendix cancer cases have tripled among people born between 1976 and 1984, and quadrupled for those born between 1981 and 1989. These alarming findings, published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, come from researchers at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Lead author Dr. Andriana Haloatij emphasizes the urgent need for awareness. While appendix cancer is rare, affecting only 1 or 2 people per million annually, its rising rates in younger generations are a serious concern. Dr. Haloatij stressed the importance of knowing the signs and symptoms, urging people to seek medical attention if symptoms like pain, bloating, nausea, or sudden fullness occur. Early detection is crucial as there are no standard screening guidelines for appendix cancer, and nearly half of all diagnoses happen after the disease has already spread. Common treatments include surgery and chemotherapy, but survival rates can vary significantly, from 10% to 63% over 5 years. Researchers are calling for increased awareness among both the public and medical professionals. This unexpected surge highlights the need for further investigation into what factors might be contributing to this worrisome trend in younger populations. Stay informed and don't ignore potential symptoms. Shockwaves on Capitol Hill. Democratic Representative LaMonica McIver of New Jersey has been hit with a federal indictment for allegedly obstructing Homeland Security agents. U.S. Attorney Alina Habba announced the 3-count indictment, charging McIver for her role in a dramatic May 9th incident outside a Newark immigration detention facility. According to the DOJ, McIver was on a congressional oversight visit during an immigration protest when Newark Mayor Ras Baraka entered a secured area. When federal agents moved to arrest Mayor Baraka, McIver allegedly intervened forcefully, blocking officers, putting her arms around the mayor, and even slammed her forearm into one agent while grabbing another. These charges are incredibly serious, with the first 2 counts each carrying a maximum 8-year prison sentence. U.S. Attorney Habba emphasized, while people are free to express their views, they must not do so in a manner that endangers law enforcement. However, McIver's attorney, Paul Fishman, immediately slammed the case as political retaliation against a dedicated public servant, declaring they fully expect the Congresswoman's exoneration. The preliminary hearing for this explosive case has been canceled, with an arraignment expected within the next 2 weeks. This is a developing story that could have major implications for a sitting member of Congress. A major victory for the Trump administration. A federal appeals court has just ruled to pause a lower court decision that had blocked President Trump's contested tariffs. This means Trump's tariffs will remain in effect for now, as the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit granted a stay and scheduled an expedited full-bench review for July 31st. This is a rare move, signaling the exceptional legal significance of the case. At the heart of the matter is whether President Trump exceeded his authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose these tariffs. 5 small businesses and a coalition of states had challenged the tariffs, with the U.S. Court of International Trade initially siding with them and blocking the measures. However, that decision is now on hold. The Federal Circuit acknowledged that both sides presented substantial arguments, making the stay necessary to preserve the status quo while the appeal proceeds. The Liberty Justice Center, representing the businesses, expressed disappointment but welcomed the accelerated review. They remain confident that courts will continue to find these tariffs unlawful, arguing that the EPA does not grant the president unlimited power to impose taxes. However, White House spokesman Kush Desai celebrated the ruling, stating the Trump administration is legally using its executive powers to address national emergencies like trade deficits and drug trafficking. This is a significant development in a high-stakes legal battle over presidential authority and trade policy.